When I first came onto the scene, it was 2008. It was right around the first administration of Obama's.
That's great.
And I don't know if you remember this, but I was, this young Top Chef kid right off the show. I had a ton of clout, and I came to DC from New York City, and I was just getting used to talking to press my first time, and I was quoted in the press. I don't know if you remember this, but I called DC a second-tier food city.
I think I do.
Do you remember that?
Yep.
And man, they came after me, Mayor. They did not love that. But the funny part about it is that it was very true at that time, right? We weren't like a big food city like New York or Chicago or LA. But I sit here today with you, and I'm confident to say DC is on top of the culinary scene. I mean, wouldn't you agree?
I would agree with that. And while you will never hear anybody from DC call ourselves second tier,
right,
as you know.
Big mistake.
Big mistake. We are actually the best city in the world. I say it, and it's also true. But we have put ourselves on the map, I think, with food and nightlife.
Yes.
And it's hard when you have a monument and a White House and a Congress to be known as something other than the government's town.
Yeah.
But we have worked very hard to, yes, embrace that we're a government town, and we love our federal government. But 700,000 people live here. Small businesses get started here. Restaurants get started here. People are employed here. They work every day and send their kids to college from here.
Right.
Like, this is a real place.
It's a normal city.
It's a normal city. And guess what? People go out to eat.
Yeah.
It turns out they probably go out to eat more than in a lot of places, and are willing to spend a lot more money on drinks and hamburgers and pizza. And so we're proud of that. And we're proud now to be getting that recognition and to attract chefs like yourself who, are really good and have a national and global reach to put DC on the map.
It's great that you say that because, I was here 2008. I came from New York. And it used to be, hey, we're visiting DC because we're doing the monuments,
right,
or we're visiting DC. We're coming to see the White House. More often than not, that is like the secondary reason some of my friends from all over the states are coming to DC, even globally. They're like, hey, we heard like this one restaurant is in DC, and we want like Maidon, for instance, a Michelin-starred restaurant. Yep. We have Michelin-starred restaurants now too in DC.
24.
I didn't even know that. We have 24.
We have 24. I'm told we have 24.
Wow.
That's a lot.
That's
and
a lot.
Per capita, that may make us number one.
That may make us number one, and that's 24 more than we had back when I came on the scene for the first time. So, what is it, about, what has happened during your tenure here that you feel that we've become such a hot spot for entrepreneurship? I mean, I do think the Obama administration had a big piece of reviving the city at a time where it felt a little sleepy.
Yep.
The past president wasn't really coming out, giving to the community as much.
Right.
I think that was a piece. But what really
I think part of it is we had a lot of young people move to D.C. Probably when Mayor Williams was mayor, we only had about 500,000 people that lived here. And over the course of that 25 years, we've grown our population by about 200,000. And a lot of those have been young people who move here to work in the federal government or around the federal government. Young people who, and as a phrase that I use, they like to maximize their free time.
That's right.
So and then when I grew up in D.C., there was not a brunch craze, and now that's a thing. And so I think the influx of people moving here who wanted to really enjoy the whole city really took off. And I think people also discovered, especially recovering New Yorkers, that D.C. is a great place to live.
Yes.
More green space, more sun, housing that is more affordable. And we're not known for, it's not easy to say that, but compared to New York, people found that they could have bigger spaces, more parks for their kids, transportation, biking, access to the rivers, and still get to New York in, 3 hours on the Amtrak.
That's right.
So I think we became known as a place that was really manageable to live.